Hi guys, welcome back to my channel here at Dragonairs Club. As per usual, I hope everybody is doing really well. So what we're going to be covering in this one is actually an informational discussion on both the jumping spider and tarantulas. So we're going to be covering both. This is something that I've had a little look around for and I can't actually find many videos at all covering both in one video, so I thought maybe it's a gap in the YouTube market. Maybe there's a reason that this hasn't happened. I don't know, but we will find that out in due time, I'm sure. So this informational video is actually going to be a bit more in depth than any of my previous videos, so hopefully that's going to keep things quite interesting for you. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. If you do, please remember to like and subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already. Honestly, that is what drives these videos and this channel out there into the YouTube ether. So anybody who could potentially be interested in this channel can actually get a chance to see it and watch it for themselves and decide whether or not they like it. But until, you know, there's enough interest, it doesn't seem like it really pushes the YouTube videos very far. So yeah. But a big thank you anyway to everybody who has obviously already liked, commented and subscribed to my videos. Honestly, it really does mean a lot to me when you guys do that. It boosts my morale, that's for sure. So yeah, pretty much all of this, it is actually a massive team effort. Like if I'm creating the content and you guys are simply even just watching it, really, just having the views really does impact this channel in quite a heavy way. But yeah, obviously the more likes and comments and subscriptions that this channel gets, the more it's going to boost us out there. But yeah, just by anybody coming in and even just viewing, you know, thank you for that. You are essentially part of the team, even if you haven't subscribed. So yeah, welcome. So guys, enough of me rambling and clapping my hands. Let's get into today's video. Whilst both have 8 legs and 8 eyes, and both come in different morphs, colours, sizes and patterns, they have a multitude of fascinating differences. Let's start with their vision. The vision of the tarantula is generally very poor, but this is not completely true for all tarantula species. Whereas ground-dwelling tarantulas can see shadows and light only at a close distance and can differentiate between night and day, the arboreal tarantula species do in fact have slightly better vision, which is typically down to them having 1 small pair of eyes and 3 larger than average pairs of eyes than that of the terrestrial species. The almost plodding-like motion tarantulas do when moving is also down to their poor eyesight. Terrestrial species typically walk slower as to better sense the world around them, through vibrations which they feel through their hairs on their bodies. Jumping spiders, on the other hand, have insanely good visual acuity, which they heavily rely upon to hunt their prey. The 2 forward-facing eyes, otherwise known as their primary eyes, have incredibly high resolution that is sharper than any other spider and contributes to the jumping spider being able to see and identify moving objects up to 3 meters away. Even more remarkably, scientists conducted research which proved that the jumping spider have enough visual acuity to not only see our moon, but Andromeda, the galaxy closest to Earth. Jumping spiders are also one of the few invertebrates that can actually identify other jumping spiders that they have previously met, and possess a form of memory and recognition for different organisms that they come across. Let's move on now to the hunting ability of both arachnids, starting with the tarantula. When tarantulas are ready for a meal, they grab their prey via felt vibrations that transfer from loose substrates or webbing and inject it with immobilizing venom. The spider then kills the prey with its fangs and secretes digestive enzymes so that their meal can be slurped into their mouth. Tarantula venom may paralyze an insect, but it isn't nearly toxic enough to pose a threat to humans. Once the prey has been liquefied, the tarantula can then begin to consume the fluids through its mouth situated between the fangs. The mouth has a very fine filtering system that can exclude particles down to several microns. Anything that is not liquid is then excluded and turned into bolus. One of the many key differences between tarantulas and jumping spiders are the fangs themselves. As to the Chalicorae, in araneomorphs or true spiders, they work in opposition to each other, grasping towards the centre in a pincer-type movement. In mygalomorphs or tarantulas, they work parallel to each other, stabbing downwards. One way to look at it is to picture ice tongs versus the teeth of a saber-toothed cat. Moving on to the jumping spider. When observing jumping spiders closely, you may notice a metallic looking sheen or iridescence on their fangs. This phenomenon is often referred to as chelicerae. The fangs are composed of a chitinous exoskeleton, which is tough and flexible material commonly found in arthropods. The fangs are composed of a chitinous exoskeleton, which is a tough and flexible material commonly found in arthropods. The metallic appearance is a result of light interacting with the complex nanostructures present on the fang's surface. These nanostructures act like prisms, refracting and reflecting light in a way that creates iridescent colours. The exact arrangement of these nanostructures, along with the composition and thickness of the chitinous material, determines the specific colours. The iridescent colours displayed on the fangs of jumping spiders serve several purposes. They can act as a visual signal during courtship rituals, helping to attract potential mates. Some studies suggest that male jumping spiders with more vibrant and iridescent fangs have a higher chance of successfully attracting females. Additionally, the metallic sheen may also serve as a form of communication or intimidation. When threatened or confronted by rivals, jumping spiders may display their fangs in a defensive manner, potentially using the iridescent colours to startle or deter predators. The lifespan between tarantulas and jumping spiders is another aspect that sets these two apart. Certain species of tarantula can live for between 20 to 30 years, with male tarantulas only living up to a third of the lifespan of a female tarantula. Jumping spiders can typically live anywhere between 6 months and 3 years, depending on species and sex. When it comes to mating, when the male tarantula reaches sexual maturity, he will begin to start creating a sperm web. The silk for it comes from two sources: the spinnerets at the end of the abdomen and the spigots of the epigastric silk glands located between the buck lungs. A drop of fluid containing sperm is deposited onto the sperm web through an opening, or gonopore, located on the underside of the abdomen. The male draws the sperm into his pedipalps in a process known as sperm induction. This may take anywhere from a few minutes to several hours. The female genital structure, or epigen, is a hardened plate on the underside of the abdomen in front of the gonopore. After the sperm are transferred into the epigen, they move into receptacles, or spermathecae, that connect to the oviducts. Eggs are fertilised as they pass through the oviducts and out through the gonopore. Moving on to the jumping spider, the mating act takes place in such a way that the male performs a kind of mating dance in front of the female for some time, with raised front legs, and then climbs onto her back. In doing so, it turns its opisthosoma, or rear end, and pumps its sperm into the female's epigen with the bulbs. This mating act can take different lengths of time, ranging from 5 to 45 minutes or even longer. However, success does not depend on the duration of the mating. If the female is well fed, in 8 out of 10 cases, the mating is mostly peaceful and the two go their separate ways without incident. This marks the end of this video. I hope you guys all enjoyed it and hopefully found it quite interesting. If you did, please remember to like and subscribe, as it really helps the channel. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your evening, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye!